What is up, guys? My name is Sprits'N, and today we're going to be talking about the Battle of the Elixirs, where I talk about and rank the best elixir fragrances. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Quick disclaimer, Y Elixir, the Scent Elixir, and Boss Bottle Elixir are fragrances that I have not smelled yet, so they will not be making this list. At number 6, we have Ralph Club Elixir. Now wait. Hear me out.
No.
This fragrance had potential, and I see what they were trying to go with, but really it just smells too vegetable-y for me. Almost like if you took a carrot, you cooked it down, that sweet and mildly earthy flavor that you get from eating it, that's kind of what this fragrance smells like to me. It's just really not my cup of tea. It does have some solid performance with 8+ hours of longevity and a moderate projection, but honestly, I would recommend this fragrance mostly for guys that are middle-aged or maybe a little bit older. I don't love it, but it definitely is one of the cheapest fragrances on this list, coming in at $140 US. It's an acquired taste, but a taste that I have not yet acquired. At number 5, we have Gucci Guilty Elixir. Now, this fragrance is one that has garnered comparisons to Amouage Reflection Man. It's sweet, it's floral, and really it can grab a lot of attention. The only problem is floral fragrances are really just not my style, so it is hard for me to love. It does perform decent with like 6 hours of longevity, but really nothing out of this world. The best thing about this fragrance is the fact that it is one of the most unique scents on this list when in comparison to the rest of them. The biggest con about this fragrance is that it costs $183 for a 60 ml bottle, and honestly, I feel guilty for any of you that purchase it at that price. At number 4, we have Invictus Victory Elixir, a fragrance that is a vanilla bomb with some amber nuances, giving it a rich, almost creamy-like sweetness, and honestly brings out the confidence of anybody who wears this fragrance. But honestly, the biggest issue with this fragrance is that it lacks a lot of uniqueness and versatility, which is a big reason that it's often overlooked. Although it's a big compliment puller, lack of uniqueness is one that a lot of people just cannot stand. It performs great with 8 to 12 hours of longevity and a strong projection, and with a price tag of $150 US, that is definitely a victory in my book. At number 3, we have 1 Million Elixir, another vanilla amber sweet fragrance, but this one likes to add a little bit of fruitiness to it. It is a very sweet fragrance and honestly is a massive compliment puller because of that. A smooth, fruity sweetness that is genuinely hard to hate on. But of course, it's me. I can find a reason to hate on literally anything.
He's right, you know.
Similar to Invictus Victory Elixir, this one lacks uniqueness, and honestly, I think it lacks even more uniqueness than Invictus Victory Elixir. But when comparing the two, I find that 1 Million Elixir has a little bit more versatility because of that fruitiness. 8+ hours of longevity with a moderate projection and a price tag of $152. It's really a toss-up between the two and which one deserves the number 3 spot more. I think you guys should decide down in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this video and you have not subscribed yet, maybe you should consider subscribing now, because in the next video, you will be having a massive announcement coming up, and you do not want to miss that. Now, back to the video. At number 2, we have Le Male Elixir, a fragrance that everyone should have seen coming. The huge compliment puller with mint, honey, and mixed with sweet ambers. This fragrance is fantastic and is honestly, in my opinion, the best sweet elixir fragrance out as of right now. It's the perfect amount of sweet with a little bit of smokiness, 12+ hours of longevity, and a strong projection. I mean, how can you really beat that? The funny thing is, even after offering all of that, this fragrance is still more affordable than a lot of fragrances on this list, coming in at $152 US for their 125 ml bottle, whereas most of the other fragrances on this list are either a 60 ml bottle or a 100 ml bottle. Now, the only complaints that I've ever heard from this fragrance is that some people think the mint comes off too much like toothpaste. I think that's a wild claim because it does smell minty, but nowhere close to toothpaste, in my opinion. And then I've had some people say that the tobacco is just too much. It's like a smokiness that they're not okay with. And I think that is fair, but those are the only complaints and the only cons. As far as I'm concerned, this is an almost perfect fragrance. At number 1, we have Sauvage Elixir, the fragrance that started the trend and is arguably the most unique elixir fragrance up to date. It's got an old school masculine spice kind of vibe, but done in a more modern way. It just grabs the attention of everyone around you with its cinnamon and licorice, and then it has a little bit of citrus to brighten it up as well. That way it's not too strong. It's bold, and this fragrance really demands your attention. Right here, we have a modern masterpiece of a fragrance that is worth its big price tag of $250 for their 100 ml. It is also one of the longest lasting designer fragrances on the market, giving me about 16 plus hours of longevity and a strong projection that is just out of this world. Now, in my opinion, this fragrance's biggest pros are also its biggest cons, with some people stating that it is far too strong, giving them nausea and headaches from the strength of it, and some people saying this fragrance is far too spicy for them. But in my opinion, this fragrance is borderline perfect. There's nothing that I would change about this fragrance. Too strong just means spray a little bit. But sometimes I have found myself removing the fragrance a little bit early because I was tired of smelling it. That's how long this fragrance will last. So in my opinion, Sauvage Elixir is deserving of the #1 spot, and that concludes the Battle of the Elixirs. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because you do not want to miss the next video coming up. I'm telling you, big announcement coming, and you guys will want to stay tuned for that. Make sure to leave a like on the video and leave a comment down below of your opinion of which the best elixir fragrances are. But that's all I have for you guys. I will see you in the next one.